It's not any easier tonight against the NL West leading Padres. Livan Hernandez and Clayton Richard, Game 1 on Masson.
It's a great day for baseball.
Well, I'm not sure the Nats cooled off on their day off. The Padres come into town. It is the Century Mark at Nationals Park tonight. It's a sizzler in our nation's capital. Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble, 49 wins for the Padres. They're 16 games over 500, 4 up on the Dodgers. Rob, they're the story of the year in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, their pitching staff is tremendous. It's number 1. It's just over 3 in earned run average. So we're going to have to do everything perfectly today. No errors, no extra outs for this ball club if we're going to have a chance against them.
End of May, the last time these two clubs got together, the Nats won the first game of the series, and they could have won a couple more.
Well, we looked pretty good back then. We played these guys great in their ballpark, and this is a good pitcher's ballpark, and I thought it was a well-played series. You saw Matt Capps come in there, get the final out, 6-3 in the first game of that series. And then in that nighttime type game, you saw the shade. It was very hard to see, and they ended up getting the better of us 4-2 in that one.
Nationals were in a position to win the game on Sunday. Ryan Zimmerman pulled one out. He went the other way for another home run, and the Nats were in position to win it late.
Yeah, he had his 100th home run in that game, a couple of home runs, but it was huddling a little bit later in that extra inning affair, and they pulled it out 3-2. But two of the most improved ball clubs this season, Bob, through the 5th of July.
And the Padres, of course, that game-winning hit came right after a pitch off the plate that looked like it was strike 3. Now let's talk about Livan Hernandez. He's been great at home this year every time out, it seems. 7 innings with 1 run against the Mets on Thursday.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. You know, only 4 times has he allowed more than 3 runs in a start this season, and that's out of 16 starts. So he's done a wonderful job, and they've won his last 7 starts here at Nats Ballpark.
So Livan gets ready for this one tonight. Look at the ERA at home. Career wins, he's looking for number 163, and he's beaten only the Florida Marlins more than the 12 against San Diego. Now, Clayton Richard is the pitcher the Nats beat on that Friday night in San Diego.
Yeah, but they're going to have their work cut out for this guy. This guy's 3-1 with a 2 ERA on the road. So he's pitched very well, including 10 strikeout performance against the Colorado Rockies in his last outing.
So who might be able to get him tonight? Would it be the Hammer, who hit number 10 against him in San Diego? Might it be Ian Desmond, whose last home run came against this pitcher? That was number 4 out in San Diego. Nats won that game 5-3, looking to take the opener of the 3-game set right now. by AT&T. Rethink possible. And by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Well, we'd say it's a beautiful night for baseball if you consider triple-digit temperatures absolutely perfect. It's going to be the hottest start for a night game we've had in Washington, maybe in the entire 6-year history of this ball club. Padres are 14th in the league in hitting, 12th in runs, but they've actually scored more runs than the Nationals, and everybody talks about their lack of offense. That's not the case with Adrian Gonzalez, hitting a .291 on-base percentage of .386. He's also 8th in the league in homers and top 15 in RBIs, and here's Levon Hernandez sporting that amazing ERA here at home.
PNC Bank Scouting Report brought to you by PNC for the Achiever in us all. Home is where the heart is. In his career, 95 and 79 when pitching at home, 4-1 this season. Like a fine wine, gets better with age. 14 times gone 6 innings or more. 7 times this year, 7 innings plus. And, yep, good for you, buddy. 4 of your 16 starts, 3 runs or more. Every one is 3 runs or less. So he keeps us in ball games.
Nationals defensively. Ian Desmond up the middle with Christian Guzman tonight. Ryan Zimmerman, Adam Dunn at the corners. Willingham, Morgan, and Morse in the outfield. And Pudge Rodriguez, who's thrown out 40% of opposing base runners behind the plate. The Padres are second in the league in that department. Tim McClellan, the slowest ball and strike calling umpire in baseball. 28-year veteran, crew chief behind the plate. Andy Fletcher, Mike Everett, Adrian Johnson. Levon with ball 1. We're underway at 7:07. Hazy skies. 100 degrees at game time. I know in my 5 years here, that's the first time I've written triple digits next to the starting time of the ball game. Tony Gwynn Jr. hitting .227 on base percentage of .326. And Tony's on a 5-game hitting streak.
Well, they score enough runs to win. They have 69 stolen bases as a ball club, but they're only hitting .245 as a ball club overall. 339 runs scored, but they've only allowed 269 as a pitching staff.
The fewest in all of baseball by a wide margin. You know, it's interesting, Rod. People talk about the Padres have no offense. They've scored 2 runs more than the Washington Nationals this year. But the Nats have given up 114 more runs than San Diego.
Well, and that's why you talk about pitching and defense. It starts with pitching and defense and ends with the runs you score. But if you can hold your opponents down, you see how well they've done, how many more games they've won this season. But a wonderful pitching performance by their staff, and they're not sending any pitcher to the All-Star game yet.
Levon walks the leadoff man, who's hitting .227. Tony Gwynn on his way down to first base. How many times have announcers said that over the last 20-plus years? Ryan Zimmerman has always hit well against the West. Clayton Richard has lately pitched very well on the road. And Levon Hernandez, 4th lowest in the history of the franchise, with a minimum of 60 innings pitched by any pitcher in the home ballpark. Padres, by the way, have the best road record in the National League at 22-14. Only Tampa Bay at 28-14 has a better record in all of baseball. Wow. Tim McClellan calls it a strike to Jerry Hairston.
And Matt Latos should be going to the All-Star game. I mean, in batting average against Bob, he is the best in Major League Baseball. And he's very tough to hit off of. And he's 9-4, 70 hits in 100 innings pitched this year.
A young man who grew up in Florida, but he was born in Alexandria, Virginia.
We're going to see him on Thursday.
And John Garland tomorrow.
John Garland, 8-5. Done a wonderful job for them.
Jerry Hairston, their number 2 hitter, is batting only .239. Among their regular players, the .291 by Adrian Gonzalez is easily the highest in their batting order. Only the Yankees are better. Look at that. And when you consider the difference in payrolls,
yeah,
what do the Padres have? Maybe 1/3 the payroll the Yankees do?
Just about that starting rotation.
Maybe 1/4.
Their starting rotation maybe has a higher payroll than 10 teams in baseball.
Levon, after walking the leadoff man, has this hitter 0-2. Tantalizes him with a breaking pitch off the plate.
It's the fact that CC Sabathia is starting on Sunday. Andy Pettit and Phil Hughes will be going to the All-Star game. Kinetic here on the pitch track. Looked pretty tight. There's 78-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Clay Buchholz put on the disabled list with a bad hamstring. But I don't begrudge a guy like Joe Girardi. He got his team to win a World Championship last year, was in the World Series. He's the All-Star manager. He's going to try to put every Yankee he can on that ball club.
Well, I'm just glad they didn't come up with some cockamamie method of selecting the manager for the All-Star game. That's one thing that remains the same as it always has. Whoever wins the pennant the previous year gets to manage the All-Star game. Adrian Gonzalez, one of the best first basemen in the league. Can the Padres, or will they be willing to re-sign him? Today's the 6th of July. 25 days from now could be an important day in the history of this ball club, because if they don't think they can re-sign him, do you trade a guy away from a first place team? That might ruin their chances of going to October.
Well, if they think they're going to get more than a first-round pick and a sandwich pick for him, and you know you're going to get two prospects back. He's an A free agent, so he's top shelf in that category.
Has won the last 2 Gold Gloves, has gone to the last 2 All-Star games. Runner going, and a swing and a foul by Jerry Hairston.
That was a good pitch to hit and run on. 81 miles an hour, but Christian Guzman broke for the bag, so there's a huge hole between first and second. Tony Gwynn's father, Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn, and Steven Strasburg's college coach doing color on television for the Padres tonight in the ballpark.
Real slow pitch. Levon knocks it down. That'll be a base hit. Hairston waited and waited, hit the ball up the middle, the proper thing to do. And the Padres have 2 men on with nobody out, and their best hitter coming up.
Well, this is probably the one time that we've seen Levon probably should have left that ball alone. The guys were pinched up the middle, double play depth, and it just deflects off his glove. He's one of the best fielding pitchers in the major leagues, and that's going to lead to an infield hit. And now one of the toughest outs in the major league steps up to the plate. But I wouldn't be surprised, Bob, if Levon tried to pitch around Adrian Gonzalez right here.
Well, you talk about a young guy in the prime of his career, just turned 28, first week of May. The other Hairston, Scott, in the on-deck circle. Everybody hollering back as Desmond tried to sneak in behind Hairston.
Well, and Scott Hairston hitting 226 on the year. Gonzalez hitting 291. There you see the move right there. Quick little 360 as he sees his shortstop with the open glove.
There's a ball hit right at the second baseman, but Adam Dunn never got back to the bag behind Jerry Hairston. Guzman had to go ahead and throw that ball, and now Jim Riggleman's going to talk about it with Andy Fletcher. I think the question is, did Adam Dunn make it back to the bag as the runner was scrambling back? Let's
check it out. Line shot here by Adrian. Right to Christian. He throws it over to Adam Dunn. I think Harrison got back.
I just wonder if Dunn got him with the left foot, and then when he skipped over to the right foot, is that why the umpire called him safe, thinking he was pawing away at the bag? And Jim Riggleman saw the same thing our replay did. And for once, the manager has a pretty good vantage point. He's only about 70, 80 feet away. So here's Scott Hairston. Another low batting average in this Padre lineup, hitting .226. Watch the left foot of Dunn and then the right foot.
Throws on its way. It's like a pass.
Yeah, he missed it with his left foot.
Yeah, I don't even think he hit the bag.
Yeah. Andy Fletcher made the right call. It's a lot easier play if you're holding the runner, but Adam was playing behind the runner because not too many ball clubs will play 90 feet away from Adrian Gonzalez. That ball gets away from Rodriguez.
No.
That'll be a wild pitch, and the double play possibility gone.
And even though Pudge makes a great stop right here, the ball kicks way to the right up the first baseline. One thing they do have is some pretty good team speed. So you don't want to start firing the ball around here. We talked about do not give up extra outs or extra runs to this ball club.
Nationals trying not to give up first inning runs again. That ball hacked into right. Michael Morse is there. Tony Gwynn is tagging, and the throw goes to third. And once again, the Nats give up at least a run in the top of the first. For Scott Hairston, his 26th RBI.
Come on, Chase.
That'll bring up the third baseman, Chase Headley. Switch hitting third baseman at 267, but from the left side, he's nearly 300. Hairston at third base and 2 outs. Levon slips one by him, 1 ball, 1 strike. First inning hasn't been a problem for Levon. For some of the young pitchers, it's become a pretty big issue.
It's a pretty nice pitch. Levon needs some of these corner calls from Tim McClellan and does not want to come back over the zone. He's very hittable there.
Stays out there, same result, 3-1.
Well, he may not be getting the call, but he's not going to give in even to the umpire.
And Tim McClellan says that is a strike. You know, it's interesting. I mentioned the slowness of Tim McClellan's calls, but he is considered a
one of the
good
best ball and strike guys.
Ball and strike umpire.
Absolutely.
It's just he just won't let you know unless you're the catcher or the hitter, and you can hear him say strike.
Takes an extra second to check it out,
at least.
Well, the Padres are very reminiscent of the Angels, and Bud Black was a coach there for many years with Mike Scioscia. They lead the league in pitching and fielding. Only 32 errors in 82 ball games this year, Bob. A 990 team fielding percentage. So Bud Black knew he might not have the horses as some other teams around baseball, but they can go out there and be fundamentally sound just the same. Oh, that's strike.
It is strike three.
Give me Christmas.
Well, it'll be Christmas sometimes before we find out about these calls. 3 in a row for Levon after the walk and the hit, and the Padres settle for one. Here's an odd statistic on Ryan Zimmerman. He's hit 14 homers this year. 4 of them have been in this ballpark. 10 on the road, including 2 in San Diego, which is a pitcher's park. Clayton Richard knows all about that, and he throws ball 1 outside to Nigel Morgan. 17 start for Richard. Career record of 17 and 14. His 51st career start, and Morgan might dump one into center. It'll fall in front of Tony Gwynn.
PNC Bank scouting report, perfect 10 punch-outs in his last start, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk. Room service loves throwing on the road, 3-1 on the road in 6 starts with a 2.29 ERA, and he goes deep into ball games 13 times. Out of his 16, he's gone 6+ innings, and 8 times he's gone 7 or more.
This year in the National League, only Martin Prado and David Freese are hitting higher at home than the 350 sported here by Christian Guzman. So it's an unusual 2 and 3 combo in the lineup. Guzman hits like crazy at home. Ryan Zimmerman hits most of his home runs on the road. If these two ever get it in sync, the Nats might be onto something big. Richard, by the way, 26 years of age, 6'5", 240. He was a football and baseball player with the Big Blue of Michigan. Guzman checks in at 299 and 359 from the right side.
A little bit of a slide step, maybe rushing a little bit, Richard, with a fast runner on first. Falls behind 2-0, so sometimes see him on the third base side of the rubber. Sometimes you sacrifice pitch quality to try to get it there in a hurry.
Interesting series up the road tonight. The Braves are in Philly. Jair Jurgens against Cole Hamels, and the Braves got a run in the top of the first. The Reds are at the Mets with Santana. Later, the Marlins with Volstad at Dodger Stadium. At that time, Richard had Morgan moving back to the bag, but he missed 3-0.
The Mets got beat by the Reds last night. Joey Votto had 2 home runs, including one he dumped into the apple out in center field. So it had nothing to do with not making the All-Star team. And then Jerry Manuel got tossed.
I hope he goes nuts and hits 500 this week.
Well, there's a pitch inside to Scott Rowland where Scott Rowland first was rung up, strike 3 on the swing. Then they changed their mind when Dusty Baker and Rowland complained and said he was hit by the pitch, and Jerry Manuel got tossed. But a little bit crazy.
Guzman with an easy fly ball to right on a 3-1 pitch after the count was at 3-0. Padres defense is the best in the National League. 32 errors, as Rob said, in 82 games. Hairston, Scott in left, Jerry at second, Tony Quinn and young Aaron Cunningham, who just got called up when Will Venable went on the DL. Chase Headley and Adrian Gonzalez are their main guys at the corners, and the former Rocky Yorvit Turrialba is the catcher. But going back to that Padre pitching stat we were talking about, 3.05 ERA. That's more than a half run better than the American League leader, Tampa Bay. They're at 3.61. Well, that's a borderline balk move, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But as long as he doesn't bring that foot back across the rubber, it's not a balk.
Ryan Zimmerman at 286, coming off one of his biggest games of the year. Fastball delivered to the outside corner. Don't forget, folks, between now and Thursday, you can still vote Ryan in as the last guy onto the All-Star team. He's vying with 4 others. And that's a fastball up and in. Nigel Morgan has stolen 18 in 30 attempts. The Nationals have 58 steals. The Padres 69, the Mets 79. 3 top running clubs in the National League. 3 straight fastballs to Zimmerman. Adam Dunn's numbers good enough to be an all-star, but it's a battle of numbers at first base in this league. That was a changeup, 3-1. Will Morgan be running here? He singled. Guzman was ahead 3-0. Zimmerman's ahead 3-1. Maybe he'll walk Zimmerman. Instead, he gets one up, and Ryan flares it easily to Cunningham. So 2 Nationals hitters way ahead in the count. Unable to do anything to move the runner, and here's Dunn with 2 outs. With the runner at first, Padres play a slight variation on regular straight-up defense. With nobody covering second, at least for now, Morgan is in there. He saw the shortstop, Cabrera, nowhere near the bag. And Niger not feeling too well as he comes up. He's not holding that left wrist, is he?
No, but he slid between the legs, and oh yeah, he caught a leg in the shoulder, in the left shoulder.
But he really went hard with that wrist into that bag.
Well, you see Torrealba's throw, and then you see Cabrera here, and you see shoulder to shin. And that couldn't have felt too good. He's a tough guy, though. He's an ex-hockey player.
Well, the other thing is Cabrera playing way off the bag, Rob. He was still on the move to the bag when the throw got there, he wasn't just standing there stationary.
And that's a tough play because Torrealba's got to throw to the bag. He's not throwing it to the guy standing there at the bag. And all things considered, great job by Niger picking that up.
His 19th steal. He's in the top 4 in the National League in stolen bases. Adam Dunn, 1 RBI away from 50. Third consecutive hitter Richard's been behind.
Well, and I doubt he's going to throw anything meaty to Dunn with first base open now.
All right, if he wants to deal with Josh Willingham, that's okay. One pitch out of play.
Threw him an off-speed hook. Got him to bite on it. Now he's back in the count. Now he'll probably come in with something.
How about that? 16 starts, 1 first-inning run. And it wasn't the Nationals who went 1-2-3 against him on May 28th. That's close, and Adam Dunn walks for the 38th time this year.
Well, even the 3-0 pitch was borderline on the outside. He doesn't want to come anywhere near Adam Dunn, so he throws a little bit of a slider or maybe a cut fastball. 83 way from him. So if you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me to left field.
Well, that's where Josh Willingham makes his living, with the glove and with the bat. They play him absolutely straight up in the outfield. And the hammer takes one in there. Josh hitting .281. Tied for second best on base percentage in the league with Albert Pujols at .413 and Joey Votto at .418. I have a feeling Joey's going to find his way onto that All-Star team. Pitch up, and Morgan back in plenty of time. This time he's greeted by Jerry Hairston.
Well, and Omar Infante was put on that ball club. He has 160 at-bats this year, hitting just over 300 with a home run. And then you got Michael Bourne hitting .260 with the Astros because the Astros needed a representative. We got a lot of guys with great first halves that even Ryan Zimmerman. I mean, a lot of guys trying to get their way on via the final vote now. Kevin Youkilis, maybe the MVP of the Red Sox, trying to get on by the vote.
Heartbreaking ball inside under Willingham's hands. And the count's 2-2. Nationals have 3 hitters nearing 50 RBIs. 49 for Dunn, Willingham 46, Zimmerman 44. And at the time Josh took this swing, it was home run number 10. 2 men aboard in the 4th inning, Rob. That was not a solo home run.
No, it was not. And you saw the quick hands of Willingham. Anything from the center in. Loves it. And that was his 10th home run of the season, as you said in the open. We have guys that make mistakes. They don't miss them too often.
When Josh hit that ball, he was on a tear. He was 9 for 18 after that swing. Guzman had singled. Zimmerman batting 4th had walked. And now the runners will be moving on a 3-2 pitch here.
4th hitter this inning. He's gotten to 3 balls on. Up to 23 pitches so far.
And Dunn's the only one to reach base. There they go. And Willingham takes one that just misses. And the bases are loaded. How do you take a pitch like that on 3-2?
I have no idea. That pitch was so close. But the hammer's hands are right over the plate, so he knows that this is going to be inside or not a strike, and it's down low and in. So he takes it and gets another walk.
Josh Willingham walks for the 54th time this year. He walked 61 times all of 2009. So obviously Pudge Rodriguez hitting over 300, a chance to break this thing open. Early, the Nats down by a run. A long first inning for each pitcher. 24 pitches now for Richard. Lee Bond through 26 in the top of the inning. Pudge with 25 RBIs. He wasn't about to swing at the first pitch after all these long counts. That's an experienced big league hitter right there.
Well, and he knows, too, that he's been standing out there a long time. It's 100 degrees. Try to get him to stand out there a little longer.
Up the middle, off the pitcher. Can Rodriguez beat it out? It's dropped by Gonzalez, and the Nationals tie the game. Richard had time to get Pudge, but he threw the ball in the dirt. And even a Gold Glove first baseman couldn't dig it out.
Well, Pudge trying to take this pitch right back up the middle. He's ahead in the count 1-0. He slams it up the middle. Great soccer block right there. Kick save and a beauty, but then he throws it right in the dirt. He stops it. Great save. Now, right in the dirt, and as you said, even the Gold Glover couldn't pick it out with the runner coming by at the same time.
They're going to give Pudge a base hit, even though a good throw would have had him. And for Rodriguez, his 26th RBI keeps the inning alive for Michael Morse.
And some great at-bats between Dunn and Josh Willingham to continue the inning with a couple of 3-2 walks.
Michael Morse up the middle. Dunn will score. Willingham coming around. And the Nats have a 3-run first inning. Michael Morse with his 7th and 8th RBIs. And both of those runners, by the way, walked.
Well, you talk about when our guys walk them. Well, shoes on the other foot tonight for Clayton Richard. And all Michael Morse does is continue to hit when he's in the lineup right here. Doesn't take much, just a hit back up the middle. And 2 more come around, and just short swing right there through the middle. Beautiful job on the Exmo gentleman.
And here's Ian Desmond, the 8th Nat to bat. Fastball in there. A lot of first inning fireworks in the National League East tonight. Phillies just got 2 in the bottom against Atlanta. Desmond will pop it up right side. Adrian Gonzalez tracking it. That'll end the bottom of the first inning. 3 runs for the Nats on 3 hits and 2 walks.
You know, anytime you get to go to those things, it's a huge honor, but especially if you get voted in by the fans, I think, you know, being picked by, you know, your peers is the ultimate respect. But, you know, the fans are the reason that we have what we have, and for them to vote me in as the final guy would be special.
And, of course, you can go to nationals.com to vote for Ryan, and there is not a limit, so we encourage you to get on your computer and vote, vote, vote. And, by the way, one other note about Ryan Zimmerman, he invited all of his teammates to go out on a boat on the Potomac River Sunday for the 4th of July fireworks. He told me it was really a lot of fun, and the guys enjoyed it. This is really a team that is close, and Ryan said, you know what, we're one big family, Bob.
Well, one of the best guys in the family just made a good play at third base and throws it over to one of the biggest guys in the family, Adam Dunn, who makes the tag on the ground ball by Yorvit Torrealba.
Just like he knew we were going to be talking about him, this is going to go right over the bag. Zim catches it, plants his feet, throws all arm. Nice play by Big Bad Dunn to help him out at first base, but cornerstone of any family.
And, of course, it's where the ball is on that play. It doesn't matter if Ryan's body or feet are in foul territory. And Adrian Johnson right there to make that call.
Well, and you always play, you know, until they tell you to stop. So you play the play. The umpire calls it foul, so be it. But if you just stop and that's a fair ball and eat it, give up that base hit after you just scored 3 runs, you don't want that to happen.
And if you throw that ball anywhere near that wad of gum over at first base, he'll make the play.
Yep. He's got a mouthful of gum.
He's just a ball player, Adam Dunn.
Just a big kid.
Yes, he is. Here's Aaron Cunningham, the newest Padre since we last saw these guys. And he'll hit it where you shouldn't as well. And Dunn gets back to the bag on what was almost an errant throw by Ryan Zimmerman.
Well, he is the reigning Gold Glove third baseman in the National League, and he has made exceptional plays once again all season long. Had some great numbers at the plate. So you can vote as much as you want to put Ryan Zimmerman on the All-Star team for 2010.
Ryan had some good moments over the weekend against the Mets.
Oh, and he's got a lot of clutch hits for us this year. He's an all-star.
Levon Hernandez now against the number 8 hitter, Everth Cabrera, the shortstop. Hitting .208.
2009 Silver Slugger, 2009 Gold Glover.
All-around nice guy.
Captain of his own boat.
I wonder what he calls that thing. I'll have to find out. There's the quick inning for Levon. 3 ground balls. I guess he was eager to lead off the bottom of the second. Comes back against left-hander Madison Bumgarner, pardon me. Bumgarner on Sunday.
Their fine young rookie.
Giants have had a couple of young guys come up since we last saw them. One of them's behind the plate.
Posey.
And it's up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The hitters leave on 3 for 25 this year. 224 career. And he waves the ball outside, and that's the first out here in the second. I wouldn't mind seeing Levon not having to run the bases too much tonight. Anyway, hardest to double up, you know, as in the Luna double. Ricky Weeks, Niger Morgan, Jerry Hairston, 2 of the 5 in this series. Johnny Gomes, a fly ball hitter. So's Colby Rasmus, line drive fly ball guy for St. Louis. Call for the Luna double. Get your second room of flooring free at 877-241-LUNA. Niger Morgan drawing the infield in. I think that's a good strategy by him, even if he doesn't intend to bunt, because he can always slap one by them. This ball chasing the left fielder, Scott Hairston, near the line, and he grabs it for the second out. But Niger, to be effective after showing bunt, has to hit the ball on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Or a line drive.
He's done a nice job already tonight. Got the jam shot, got it out there for a base hit, set the table, scored the first run to tie the ball game up, and right there hitting the ball with authority down the left field line. So just hit it where it's pitched and be the pest you can be on the base path. And I think a lot of what he did, bugging Richard in the first inning, helped us out with a couple of walks.
Yeah. It looked like his attention was divided, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, he kept rushing to the plate and slide stepping and doing everything because he was worried about Niger. It's exactly what we want Niger to do, get on and bother the pitcher.
He threw 29 pitches in that inning, only 13 for strikes. Guzman lines one up the middle. That was a changeup, and he took it hard right back from where it came. And the Nationals, of their first 11 batters, 4 hits and 2 walks. That'll get Zimmerman to the plate here with 2 outs.
Nice swing on this ball. He takes it basically the other side of second base, but doesn't try to pull it. Smacks that changeup back up the middle. If he tries to pull it, he probably hits it to shortstop on the ground.
Well, the Nats and the Padres have now scored the exact same number of runs this year, 340. Guzman continues to treat this place like his personal palace. Big gap in left center. Did Ryan stop?
Sounded like a foul ball.
I thought I heard something tick. Andy Fletcher said no swing, ball 2.
We'll take it. Christian Guzman not really getting too much at first base, and that ball didn't swing at it. So Christian Guzman's about a foot off first base right now.
Then he throws over.
He almost throws it away.
Yeah, he's got a better chance of picking Dan Radisson off than he does Guzman.
And Dan's right there. Looks like Dan's leading off first base, too.
That's the closest I've ever seen a coach at first base. Why did they bother to draw the coach's box? Nobody uses them. No third base coaches use them.
Well, when they're changing hitters in between outs.
Oh, boy.
You go back there, and it's kind of like home base, and then come back out. And
so between hitters, does every coach have to go back and touch his little coach's box? Yeah. So kind of like college basketball, the NBA, they don't pay any attention either. There's a changeup way outside. Another walk by Richard, his 3rd of the game. He came in with 38 walks in 102 innings. And all this happens with 2 outs, and Adam Dunn could really make this irritate the Padres.
Well, he can't be feeling too great right now. 43 pitches. It's 99 degrees out there. Probably feels like 1,000 degrees to Richard at this point.
And he's thrown 22 balls, 21 strikes, Rob.
Yeah, he's just not loving so far this outing here at Nats Park. Yeah, I want my 83 degrees in San Diego.
Sorry, buddy, this is the red-hot East Coast. Deal with it. It's supposed to be like this. Upper 90s, near 100 until Saturday. Fastball is a strike to Adam Dunn. 0-2.
Oh, 1 pitch right here. Like a fastball.
That was a strike, like McClellan said. The seam of the baseball evidently touched the ceiling of the strike zone. And Adam leans back from 1. Haven't seen Richard throw much in the way of breaking stuff yet. Pretty much been fastball changeup.
He threw a couple of sliders, 1 to Dunn. Looked like a cutter maybe.
But he looks like a 2-pitch pitcher when he faces right-handed batters.
And he just doesn't feel it working tonight. Trying to go with the fastball changeup combo.
Adam Dunn identifies the breaking ball, and now, just like last inning, he goes 3-2, like he did on Willingham, and the runners will be moving. Torrealba out to chat with what appears to be a very uncomfortable pitcher right now.
Well, a couple more pitches, and he'll be averaging 25 per inning. That would be to say he gets out the inning. A lot of work going on for 2 innings.
Adam Dunn takes a walk. That was another breaking ball. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs for another very selective hitter, Josh Willingham.
I think, we've seen this. We saw it with Strasburg the other day where you're trying to put a square peg in a round hole. When you got a pitch that's not working for you, you got to give up on it for a little bit. You got to go with whatever's getting over. You're getting fastballs over, spot the fastballs, and there you see Ballsy right there saying, well, don't throw a hanging breaking ball just to try to get it over.
Fastball upstairs to Willingham.
Strasburg's last start, 37 pitches in the first inning. Looking at a guy, 50 pitches for 5 outs.
Way inside 2-0.
He really tried to hump up and throw that one. He threw it in the low 90s, but not even close to the strike zone. So maybe he's not loose yet, and that's what the problem is. You see a great average with the bases juiced.
Hammer has a slam this year at New York. Buddy Black, the good pitcher that he was, pacing here, feeling the pain of his fellow left-hander. That's ball 3. Here's our base running bunch. Guzman, who singled with 2 outs. Zimmerman and Dunn each walking.
Well, they're going all fastballs. They're trying to get something over here. He falls behind 3-0, bases juiced.
Willingham way out ahead of it. That was 91, and Josh was too quick for it.
He looked like he was just trying to get something over, so he took something off of the pitch instead of humping up, and Josh is all over it. But as Bob said, just out in front of it.
All right. Willingham getting his rips. He's seen 5 pitches now. Guzman, Zimmerman, and Dunn will all be on the move here. Budge Rodriguez singled a run in off the pitcher's foot first time before the big 2-run single last inning by Michael Morse. Willingham to center. And coming on for it is Tony Gwynn. Wiggling out of a long jam, Clayton Richard, and the Nats still lead 3-1 after 2. Wood Casino at Charlestown Races. Clayton Richard leads off. 4 for 27 on the year, 6 for 50 career, and very well hit to right field.
A little bit of revenge right here by Clayton Richard. He stood out there for 55, 56 pitches in the first 6 outs of this ball game for him, and Levon feeds him one in the top of the third, and he smacks it in right field.
Top of the order now for the Padres and Tony Gwynn. Walked and scored first time up. And Levon, who threw only 8 pitches in the second inning, delivers a strike.
All right, now you got the opposing pitcher running the bases at 100-degree heat.
Best thing for the Padres might be if Tony Gwynn hits a ground ball. He's hard to double up. He can get his own pitcher off the diamond here. Prior to that base hit, Levon Hernandez had retired 6 straight Padres. Reds and the Mets are underway in New York. Johan Santana 5-5 going for the Mets. No score, bottom 3. Braves lead the Mets by 2. The Phillies by 4 in the East. Swing back fastball. He got it on the inside corner. Jerry Hairston, base hit off Levon Hernandez first time. There's that big slow curveball. Desmond out. Willingham's in. Josh has it. And now the pitcher has to keep running the bases. 8 o'clock hour here. Wonder what the temperature is now. It was 100 just less than an hour ago when the Padres and the Nats got going here at Nationals Park. Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble, Debbie Taylor, Mass in 2 HD. First of a 3-game series with San Diego. The Giants are coming in on Friday.
My iPhone's got 99 degrees.
Wow. My phone says no service, too hot. So if it's 99 up here, still sizzling on the field. That's a front door breaking ball by Levon. No balls, 2 strikes. Tries to buzz him with a fastball.
You get that swing back fastball to come back over the outside part of the plate. 2-seam fastball. Just missed.
Guess who just hit a homer in New York?
Votto.
Johan Santana. 1-0 Mets. Good guess, though. That's what I would have guessed. Up the middle, base hit. Jerry Hairston 2 for 2. One thing good about this situation for the Nats is that the pitcher Richard will clog the bases here a bit.
Well, nice approach to the plate right there. You try to pull that outside pitch. You hit a ground ball to shortstop. Probably a double play, although Jerry Jr. is not the easiest to double up. He's got a lot of speed. But as you said, Keeping Clayton Richard out there running the bases, as long as it doesn't result in a run, not a bad thing.
Pitch counts are mounting here. Leave on a quick second. But now he faces Adrian Gonzalez, who lined out on the first pitch he saw with 2 men aboard back in the third. Off-speed pitch upstairs. $16 homers, 51 RBIs. The only Padre in double digits in home runs. Padres don't hit into too many double plays. 52 all year. Nationals, in contrast, 77. Gonzalez slaps one right side under the glove of Guzman. Richard being sent. He will score. Morris hits the cutoff man, and the Padres put 3 singles together to make it a 3-2 game. And Gonzalez with his 52nd RBI.
Well, he's going to avoid contact here at all costs. Kinetic here on the pitch track. A little bit of a changeup outside, a fastball outside, and then he comes back in just under the glove of Christian Guzman.
Pitch track from Kinetic North America, providing world-class technology to our national and homeland security customers. On the corner for a strike to Hairston, Scott Hairston. Sac fly first time up. Scott turned 30 at the end of May. Jerry is 33. Tim McClellan's had a fairly tight zone tonight.
Pitches aren't missing by much.
Waving 64 on our gun.
Throws the bait out there on the treble hook, and he gets him to go fishing. He knew it as soon as he started to swing at it that, that's not going to look good on Exmo.
That was 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, but it was 2 clocks into the other batter's box. Great downward movement when gravity took over. And a 2-2 pitch coming now with 1 out. Tried to buzz him under the hands, and that's ball 3.
Wow. Where's that pitch? I'm with Levon on that one. This is a strike right here. This is right over the plate. Boom.
Right where the glove of Rodriguez was set up.
Now remember, that camera is stationed off to the right of center, so that's a good pitch. The umpire's hot. Sweat getting in his eyes.
I think you could say it's a 72-degree strike zone.
Man.
For a nice, pleasant spring evening.
It's pretty cool in the strike zone, but everywhere else is smoking.
3-2 with 1 out, runners at the corners. Big, slow breaking ball for the strikeout. And Levon Hernandez refusing to give in to anybody. His second K of the night. He knows he still has the lead.
Well, he strikes him out for a second time. This time he had to be a little bit more creative with the big, slow breaking ball. They got him to go fishing the first time. Let's try the second curveball. Look at that downward movement. He pulls it down. Oh. And you see Scott Hairston missing it by just a little bit.
Next up, the number 5 hitter, Chase Headley.
Well, this is the money guy right here. All that hard work. Want to just try to only allow that one run. Next time, pitch around Adrian Gonzalez if you have a chance.
At third base, Jerry Hairston. First base, Adrian Gonzalez, who drove in his 52nd run, make it a 3-2 game. Strike on the corner. Now the inside corner with a swing back fastball. 2-2.
A little bit outside and low. Both of his strikeouts have come on full count, so maybe this will be his third strikeout on a full count tonight.
And a breaking ball popped up into short, well, not even short center, on the infield. Desmond has it. Levon gives up a run. Pudge Rodriguez leads off. It's 3-2 Nats.
Got us going with a jam shot, then he stole second base, but with 2 outs, Pudge Rodriguez will drive in Nyjer Morgan on an infield single. Then Michael Morse will do some more damage and bring in 2 more. So not only got even there, the bottom half of the first inning. Took a 2-run lead, but now they gave back a run. 3-2.
Padres single tallies in the first and the third. Rodriguez, Morrison, Desmond for the Nats, bottom 3. 56th pitch of the game coming from Clayton Richard.
And we had a chance to really open this thing up, too, with that bases loaded last inning. 3-0 count on Josh Willingham.
Rodriguez will pull it, third baseman Headley. And that's the first out in the bottom of the third. Sunday, the Giants are here. First 10,000 kids 12 and under receive a free kids backpack. It's presented by our friends at Smithfield. Make sure to come early. Signature Sunday, 12:15 to 12:35. And stick around. The kids run the bases after the game. Smithfield makes a lot of the great food products we enjoy here at the ballpark and available in your local grocery stores. Here's Morse, followed by Desmond. Up the middle, he's 2 for 2. And that's a good combination for Michael, who came into this game 2 for his last 22. So he's found the solution going right up the middle against the left-hander.
Goes right back up the middle. That bat's going to die a hero right there. Watch it snap off in his hand, but he's strong enough to put that sucker back up the middle.
Now, Rob, is that the difference between an ash bat and a maple bat? Because that looks like an ash bat. It came apart, but the barrel didn't go flying.
No, that's a top-heavy bat. I had no idea if it was maple or ash.
And Desmond. Whatever type of wood worked there as well. 2 on, 1 out, and Levon will have a chance to bunt a couple of runners ahead.
Now, and Desmond comes up, same approach, right back up the middle. The pitch is high, but he doesn't try to do too much, and right by Cabrera, and there you see the Exmo getting the action. Beautifully done. Now, I know Michael Morse has his bats in a humidor, and he carries them around with him. So I will find out tomorrow if he's a maple guy or an ash guy. A lot of guys are maple. Even Adam Dunn, I asked him, looked like they were ash bats. They are maple. They're just, they try to make them so top heavy, Bob. These guys are so strong. It's just hard to withstand that torque. You almost see on the Exmo, you can see the bats bending.
Yeah, on Michael Morse's first base hit, we saw that, didn't we?
Yeah, you can see how strong they are, and when they start that swing and they start coming through, the bat is actually bent.
Well, here are the Nationals. 6 base hits. They've had 10 base runners. Levon trying to make it out. There's a play at third. That wasn't the place to put the bunt unless you're going to push it far down the line. Torrealba, the catcher, came out to get it. And Levon's booby prize is he has to run the bases now.
Normally an excellent bunter right here. Not. He deadens it too much, Torrealba. Great heads up right there over to Headley. And they get Michael Morse coming in hard.
The thinking on that bunt is far enough down the third base line to make the third baseman handle it. And then he's got nowhere to go but first. So here's Morgan with 2 on, 2 out.
Changed their signals, and now they're telling the middle infielders that they're going with a different set of signals with a runner on second.
Desmond, the runner, looking in. And a hard-breaking ball low and away. Guzman, a right-handed hitting terror at home this year if Niger can extend the inning. Jim Riggleman's ball club 36-47 against the West, 7-10 on the year. 9-9 against the Central, 15-15 against the East. But the West and interleague play have hurt the Nats. Morgan gone, so's Washington. The Nationals have already stranded 7 runners. Some fountains, isn't it? Down by the Lincoln Memorial, Nats 3, Padres 2, the team with the best record in the National League. Interesting ball game so far. A lot of base runners. Levon at times struggling, but keeping them from tying the game.
Yeah, and both pitchers throwing an awful lot of pitches, doing an awful lot of work in 100-degree heat. But Michael Morse doing a great job. Couple of hits tonight, couple of RBI, and he's done a great job of just reading Richard, hitting the ball back up the box. Huge hit in the bottom half of the first inning with 2 outs. So Michael Morse got 2 RBI there, then leading off with an out. Last inning, gets a base hit, get things going again. He would be erased on the bad bunt by Levon Hernandez, but a nice night for Michael Morse.
4th inning underway and a strike to Yorvit Torrealba. He hit that high bouncer near the third base bag, on which Zimmerman threw him out first time up. This one in the air, right side, foul ground. Adam Dunn, plenty of room. Big man starting to look real comfortable at first base these days.
He's made some very good plays, and he's making the plays that are right at him. So I think that, the more he plays over there, the more he just becomes accustomed to seeing the ball off the bat.
Next up, Aaron Cunningham. Cunningham playing in his 16th game. Actually, his second tour of duty with the Padres. Most recently called up when Will Venable went on the DL. Cunningham is from Anchorage, Alaska. Originally drafted by the White Sox. And he lines one hard that Guzman cannot grab. Cunningham came over in the Kevin Kuzmanoff deal from Oakland. Involved in a deal for Dan Herron before that. He hits this ball extremely hard.
Cunningham's going to take this off-speed offering to right field. That's pretty much the game plan against a guy like Levon Hernandez. If you try to pull that, you're going to be a nice either pop up or infield out on the ground. See if Levon can get this 8-hitter and bring the pitcher up with 2 outs.
Cabrera bounced out to Guzman first time.
Love a quick inning here. Torrealba helped them out.
Well, then you have your big guns coming up again if you can get your team right back in the dugout. Cunningham 0 for 1 as a base stealer. Don't know much about his speed.
There he goes.
There he's going. Pitch out. We know he can't beat Pudge Rodriguez. And Rodriguez now is 9 for 21. And that's over 40%.
Give the coaching staff a lot of credit right here. They read this play perfectly. Cunningham takes off, but they had called a pitch out, and he's just dead at second base.
Pudge Rodriguez now 43% throwing out opposing base runners. And the inning should come to a quick end on this fly ball. If Niger can get there, he will. That thing really carried off the bat of Cabrera, who has not hit a home run this year. What got into him? Levon, because of the caught stealing, gets a quick inning and a good grab over the shoulder by Niger Morgan.
Had to send a message here to the fans. You can get to see it. It said, send Zim to Anaheim.
Well, you know, if the president says it,
you must do it.
You should do it.
That's true.
They even gave the website, nationals.com. Here's Guzman, bottom of the 4th underway. Chris John 1 for 2 with a base hit up the middle. Zimmerman done to follow. That one is also a strike on the outside corner. Phillies have tied up that game. Well, the Phillies took a 2-1 lead. Now the Braves have tied the game in the 4th inning at Philly, despite a Raul Ibanez home run. Raul Ibanez has 7 home runs this year.
Well, he's starting to show some signs of age and wear and tear a little bit this year, Bob.
Guzman to center. Easy play for Gwynn. This weekend, Christmas in July at Nationals Park, sure feels like December, doesn't it? Fans can come in, bring new unwrapped toys to the center field gate from the gate opening through the 4th inning. The Nationals, in partnership with the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots Foundation, will donate toys to needy children in the D.C. community. So put a smile on the face of one of our local kids, will you, and bring some unused toys to the ballpark this weekend. Ryan Zimmerman 0 for 1 with a walk. Zimmerman going to send that one to Anaheim. See you later. Over the bullpen. His 15th of the year. 4-2 Nationals.
The Ziminator making a case to go to Anaheim. You remember the 2010 National League All-Star team is 15-round tripper, and this ball is just scalded. Up in the zone, bad breaking ball, and Bobby said this in the first inning. He hadn't thrown a lot of them, and that's why. Too much hang time and a lot of bang time right there by Zimmerman.
That's Ryan's 3rd homer against Clayton Richard this year.
Now, what is that, his 5th at this ballpark now?
How about that? 5 out of 15. And that baby was over the bullpen. Adam Dunn thinking about going back-to-back here, but he's in the hole 0-2. So Zimmerman, his 15th of the year. The Nats have a 2-run lead again.
Give the Presidents a lot of credit there for the little message that they sent Zim, and maybe he was repaying them.
Well, they say in politics, timing is everything.
Yes, it is.
Ryan hit his 100th and 101st against Richard, and now he hits his 106th against Clayton Richard. Adam Dunn is gone, 2 outs.
Sends in to Anaheim.
Looks like a presidential order to me.
.com with the little Geico guy in there too, the gecko.
A well-deserved shower after that blast. Here's Willingham. Josh 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Well, after not able to score a run last inning with the bases loaded, that makes everybody feel a little better. By the way, that was the Nationals' 70th home run of the year. Let's see what kind of pace they are on. Last year, the Nats hit 156 the entire season. So they're actually off their pace of last year. And they were 9th in the league in that category. Near the line, chasing everybody away, Aaron Cunningham, and the 4th inning over. Zimmerman with a big-time blast, 4-2 Nats. Martin 0-4. Garland, no decision, May 30th against the Nats. J.D. Martin got the loss the day before. 6 innings, 4 runs, 1 earned, and he gave up that home run. That was the difference in the ball game. We'll start you off Nats Extra 6:30 with Johnny and Ray right here at the ballpark. Livan Hernandez has a 2-run lead again, and he goes 2-0 on the opposing pitcher. Richard with a base hit to right field, first time up. Cues this one up the middle, and he's 2 for 2. About a 4-hopper through the infield, and he leads off an inning for the second time tonight with a base hit.
I don't know if you saw this article. Stuart Sternberg, the owner of the Rays, said money is no object when coming to adding payroll for their late season push to the playoffs. There you see a hit by Clayton Richard up the middle. Said it's still going to be difficult to re-sign Carl Crawford, but money is no object when it comes to adding people for the playoffs.
Wow, when we've ever heard that in Tampa Bay?
Not often. You can smell the playoffs, I guess.
They've won 3 straight. They're 2 back of the Yankees. There's a little tapper. Nats will do well just to get 1. Guzman does. Richard, the pitcher, down to second base, 1 out. Tony Gwynn retired. He's 0 for 2.
Someone will be the odd man out, odd team out in the American League East.
Well, you know, Robin, you and I talked about this before the ball game. In baseball, when you lose a couple of key players, you might survive for a week or 10 days, but after about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, things start to pile up on you, and that may be what the Red Sox will be facing. Wow. Now, they're actually at Tampa Bay, 1-1, 4th inning, but Boston really fighting through an amazing array of injuries right now.
Yes, they are. They just have so many guys on the disabled list, so much money. Now they put Clay Buchholz on there. So it's not only money and personnel, but, you know, a lot of defenders that they put down on the disabled list, including Dustin Pedroia, American League MVP from a couple of years ago. He's down with a broken foot.
Jerry Hairston, 2 for 2 tonight. And a foul ball that squirts off his bat. Since we're talking baseball, Roy Halladay, another complete game. 10 wins part of the All-Star game, 6 times in a row. And there's the Buchholz injury. Andy Pettit replaces him. And the Rangers, already in bankruptcy, want to hold an auction to sell the team. We need an opening bid of $85 million. Do I hear 90? Right side ground ball. Guzman knocks it down. Plenty of time. 2 outs. Of course, Nolan Ryan's group, that it does include some out-of-towners, has been considered really the only suitor for that ball club. And I wonder if this is just some sort of formality they have to go through, Rob, to please the regulators who are watching this situation very closely. And then Nolan Ryan's group will probably end up with the ball club anyway.
Well, a lot of people they owe money to are not happy with the bankruptcy try. Dennis Gilbert and his group. It's another law firm in their group, I think, out of the Pittsburgh area that were interested in that ball club. I mean, it's just a question of getting all your ducks in a row. Major League Baseball and some of the people involved have not been happy with the way that whole thing was conducted. They have the last and final say. All the owners, the rest of the owners around baseball have to okay that sale.
Sounds like a legal bonanza for that profession to me. Now the Nats will pitch around Adrian Gonzalez. You have to.
Don't want to take a chance right here. Not only can he get another run back for them with an RBI, he could tie the ball game with 1 swing of the bat.
This will be Livan Hernandez, second walk of the game. And they'll take their chances with Scott Hairston, who came in hitting .226. The smartphone is about to make a call to the booth. There are three generation baseball families. I know the Hairstons are one of them.
The Bells.
The Boones and the Bells would be the others, right? Hairston, Boone, Bell. We can't be that quick.
We could. What about the Alous?
That was
Just
two generations, just a whole bunch of guys. But I do know the Hairstons. Dad Jerry played the big leagues. Grandfather Sam played the big leagues, and so did Uncle Johnny. So the Hairstons have 3 generations plus a couple of other guys. And then, of course, Ray Boone, Bob Boone, Brett and Aaron, Gus Bell, Buddy Bell, David Bell, right?
Yes, you are correct.
Well, we'll see how we did. 2 balls and no strikes to Scott Hairston.
Heads up!
Look out. That goes flying into the photographer's pit at the outfield end of the third base dugout.
Thank goodness.
Right out of Scott Hairston's batting gloves. Time for some pine tar. Hairston, a sac fly tonight and a strikeout. You might recall Lee Vaughn struck him out with that big looping curveball. Going to throw him the fastball here, try to swing it back for a strike, but he misses. I bet if Lee Vaughn would have gotten that strike call, he'd throw the big hook on the next one for his out pitch.
Well, you don't want to get into trouble now that you walked Adrian Gonzalez, and now if you walk Hairston, putting yourself in a pickle with the bases juiced and 2 outs.
And Chase Headley.
Yeah. Switch hitting Headley coming up.
Oh, he gets a strike call.
Oh, the late call. Get back here, you.
That probably happens more with Tim McClellan than any other umpire.
Well, Scott Hairston looks like he's going to jump the gun just a little bit. Looked like a ball outside. And Tim McClellan said, come back here, young man. Try that again.
3-2, the runner at first. Gonzalez will be moving. There's the big slow curveball. And Scott Hairston just can't figure out how to get his bat on that thing. Lee Vaughn will strand 2 frustrated Padres halfway through the game for 2 Nats. Hit him over the bullpen.
Oh, yeah, that'll put some groceries in your bag.
It's about 370 to the wall where that ball went out. Probably another 30 feet to the back of the bullpen and maybe 20 or 30 more up into the seats. So Ryan hit that ball about 430 feet. Here's Pudge Rodriguez, 1 for 2 with an infield hit and an RBI. Michael Morris and Ian Desmond to follow. 79 pitches in 4 innings for Clayton Richard.
I just have to believe that Clayton, even on one of the hottest days he's probably ever pitched in the big leagues, has not gotten loose. This kid can throw in the mid-90s, low to mid-90s. He's only hit that a couple of times. He's been upper 80s all night. There's the out distribution.
You know, when he pitched against the Nats on Friday, May 28th, he pitched 7 innings and threw 74 pitches.
Well, but remember,
fewer than tonight through 4.
His last outing, not that it was a high pitch count, but he did have 10 strikeouts against the Colorado Rockies.
Threw 7 innings in that game at 107 pitches.
He just kind of keeps moving that arm, too, so that just leads me to believe it might be a little bit stiff or sore.
Three and 2. A lot of 3-ball counts. And Pudge will foul one into the right field corner.
Last outing was 107 pitches.
Off speed had him way out ahead. Third strikeout of the night for Richard.
Excellent changeup. Gets him in a spot where he fouls off a fastball and he's looking to get some more pay, and you get nothing like it on that great changeup right there as you see him way out in front. And once you commit, it's hard to stop the bat.
Michael Morse goes up ripping. He's 2 for 2. Why not? Batting average from 288 to 311 with these hits.
Well, he's definitely a ground ball pitcher, more so than a fly ball pitcher. Coming in tonight, 161 ground ball outs, 144 fly ball outs. Only allowed 6 home runs coming in tonight, 105 innings.
And a 1-1 upstairs to Michael. Playing right field tonight. Jim Riggleman said that Roger Bernardina is available to play again and will probably be back in the lineup against right-hander John Garland tomorrow. So he stays with Michael for another day, and he has been rewarded so far with 2 hits and a couple of RBIs. In fact, the Nats will see 2 more right-handers from the Padres now. Garland tomorrow, Matt Lados on Thursday. I'm surprised Richard is that high in first pitch strikes.
He's getting the first pitch in there, but then he seems to fall behind the 3 balls on a lot of guys.
Yeah. Good pitch there. And Tim McClellan, sometime tonight, punches him out. 2 down. Ian Desmond coming up. And let's have a look at our trivia. The three-generation baseball families. We thought it was the Bells, the Boones, and the Hairstons.
You would be correct for a change.
Ottawa.
It's a very cool story about the Hairstons, and of course now teammates, Jerry and Scott. That ball well hit by Desmond to left and into the bullpen. He hit one off the top of the wall there the other night, and this one leaves no doubt. And this is Ian Desmond's first homer since he took Clayton Richard deep in the 7th inning, May 28th in San Diego.
Ryan Zimmerman hit a breaking ball. This looks like another fastball on the inner half that doesn't make it to where it's supposed to go. So both of those pitches, and we said he's a ground ball type pitcher. gets the ball up in the air, and he gives up 2 home runs tonight.
You know, Rob, I think what we have seen tonight might be important to Ian Desmond in the field. He's hitting better now, getting some hits. And I think he's had a hard time separating his hitting slump from his defense over the last couple of weeks. Single up the middle, home run to left. Now just catch the ball, young man, and throw it to the right place. Levon will fly out to Aaron Cunningham down the right field line. The Nats get another solo homer. And after the 5th inning, Zimmerman and Desmond deep, 5-2 Nats. Kids on Sunday, the first 10,000, and the kids get to run the bases. A lot of great things happening as the Nats will go into the All-Star break after the game on Sunday. Here's Levon against Chase Headley, and the 6th inning is underway with a strike. Levon's 86th pitch. Richard has thrown 97 pitches in 5 innings.
I would think this next inning will be it for Richard. Their bullpen is starting to move around a little bit.
Levon stays out there and misses 2-1. Levon has been to 6 3-ball counts tonight, and Richard 8 times has had 3 balls on a hitter. Lined hard to left center by Headley. A slide and a stop by Niger, who pops up quickly. I'd like to see him slide into second base like that.
Did a great job, though, of cutting that ball off. That should have been a double, maybe more.
Well, Rob, you made a great point last inning. You had to get Hairston because you didn't want to retire Chase Headley, who appears in the box score now with a leadoff single in the 6th.
No, you didn't want that lefty coming up with the bases juiced, even with 2 outs. So you walked Adrian Gonzalez, put him on base because you had a base open, but you don't want to load the bases up there and possibly face some issues, and then you get the huge home run by Desmond to give you an extra run.
Edward Mujica throwing. They've got a setup guy down there, Luke Gregerson, who's having an all-star first half. And, of course, their closer, Heath Bell, who now has, with Francisco Cordero, 1 more save than Matt Capps. They each have 23. Brian Wilson of the Giants also has 22, like Matt. And there's Niger to grab that one off the bat of Torrey Alba for the first out here in the 6th.
There's the Mad Capper.
Yeah, I said congrats to Matt today. And you know what he said? He said, I'm excited. And that's about all you get from Matt, who is so even keel. But what a great honor for him. He has saved 22 of the Nats' 36 wins. Cunningham goes up hacking and lines it right at Morris in right field. So they're going after Levon early in the count here, resulting in 2 quick outs, and now the number 8 hitter, Everth Cabrera, coming up.
Yeah, you might want to put this in your memory banks. I looked up his minor league stolen bases, though, for Cunningham. He was 83 for 122.
Nice.
So he does have a little bit of speed, but he gets caught stealing an awful lot. Got caught tonight. Yeah, I'll see the Capper out there. I have to work moonlight another job, make ends meet, so I'll see him out in Anaheim. Plus, that's close to home for me.
That's real close. What are you, an hour from Anaheim? Hour and a half, maybe?
Yeah.
Depending on cars.
Depending on traffic. Should be about an hour, hour and a half. Beautiful ballpark. Reminds me of the home run Bo Jackson hit off of Rick Russell. I think that was the last time they played out there.
Different stadium now. That was interesting. The Big A in Anaheim started out as an open air stadium, open in the outfield. Then they enclosed it because the Rams played there. And then they just took a big old hacksaw and cut off the upper deck and opened it up again several years ago. And Artie Moreno's been one of the most fan-friendly owners baseball has known in recent years.
Well, Disney put that rock pile out there when they owned the team for a few years, and then they quickly sold it.
Will you go see for us if those rocks are real or not? Or are they just like paper mache or something?
I will do that.
I think they're like made out of plastic.
Should bring Debbie. That would be a good Debbie story.
That ball ripped. Guzman has it. The Padres hit it hard, but right at the Nats in the 6th. Bottom 6 coming up. Nigel Morgan has reached base, stolen a base, and touched home plate tonight. The Nats on top, 5-2. And, of course, Ian Desmond has another hit to go with that. Michael Morse has 2 hits. That was a 12-pitch 6th inning for Levon Hernandez, who still checks in at under 100 pitches, barely under through 6. Now 2 more pitches, and Clayton Richard will be there. As Niger leads off, he's 1 for 3 with a flare to center field, a stolen base, and a run scored.
is number 100 for Richard. He is the first hitter up next inning, so this is probably it for him if he doesn't get into trouble.
Rob Dibble would love to hear from you at Ask About the Nats at MASNsports.com. Send us an email. Ask us a question. All-star team being talked about quite a bit. We'd love to discuss your email on the air.
Absolutely.
1-2 to Morgan.
Give us an email.
Way outside, strikes him out. Strikeout number 5. Strange night for Richard. He has struck out now 4 of the last 6 Nationals he's retired.
Still don't think he's 100% loose, but he's got the breaking ball working a little bit better. There you see it. He took something off of it, got some movement, and as Bob said, struck out his 5th National of the night against 5 runs and 8 hits.
This may be, when we get to it, one of the best questions we've had in quite a while. A scorcher foul off the bat of Christian Guzman, who's 1 for 3 tonight. Now, Heath Bell is not on the All-Star team yet. May end up there. Is Francisco Cordero, did he make it?
I think K-Rod made it, yes.
No, that's, Rodriguez. Yeah, so there's saying about Cordero.
Cordero from the Reds.
How about this question? Well done, Maureen from Springfield. We would love Matt Capps to close out the first National League win in quite a while. Wouldn't that be something? There's another strikeout for Clayton Richard. I don't know, Rob, but if
it works out that way, that Charlie Manuel sees fit, and they have the lead, which would be amazing for the National League. It's been a while since they won a ball game.
No kidding.
In about 13, 14 years.
I stopped counting. Here's Ryan Zimmerman, 1 for 2 with a walk and a long home run that we estimated 425, 430 over the bullpen. 3 homers against this pitcher, Richard, this year.
In there. That's not where you want to be, letting him get his arms fully extended, and that's a double.
That's a fair ball. Takes a funny hop and goes up into the crowd. I don't know exactly what it hit there. I'm not sure the ball girl had time to get out of the way. The ball got down in the corner so quickly, but it ricocheted up into the crowd for a ground rule double. And Ryan Zimmerman has 6 total bases tonight.
Well, it looks like another breaking ball he tries to throw in farther, and this time Ryan's out in front of that one. It's right over the bag. Chases Adrian Johnson out of the way, and it looked like it hit that padding and just went straight up.
Big night for Zimmerman. Ryan's had 2 good offensive games in a row now. When he gets hot, he's almost unstoppable. Now here's Dunn. 2 walks and a strikeout tonight. Adams itching to make some contact here in a good way, and that's a fastball right down the middle. Braves just scored in the 7th. On a Martin Prado home run, his 8th of the year, the league's leading hitter puts Atlanta on top 3-2 at Philadelphia. And the Mets, who've been really good at home this year, just got 2 in the 6th to lead the Cincinnati Reds 3-0. The Mets are 28-13 at Citi Field as we reach the 9 o'clock hour here at Nationals Park. 5-2 Washington, bottom of the 6th inning. And an 0-2 to Adam Dunn. Breaking ball outside. Richard due to lead off the 7th, so this will be it for him. This pitcher came in with an ERA at 2.74, so the Nats have done some good damage against him tonight. The 3, 4, 5 hitters have been on base 6 times this evening. He's walked 4 times against these guys. Richard has. And Zimmerman has the hits, the homer, and the double.
Well, he's got a righty warming up. He's trying to get through Adam Dunn here with 2 outs. Sometimes that's 1 hitter too long, especially if he hangs a breaking ball.
And if Adam Dunn gets on and Bud Black feels he has to bring in the right-hander against Willingham, he may burn that bullpen pitcher for 1 out and then have to hit for him. Padres against the East this year, a very respectable 13-9. Bud Black's team 12-5 against the Central, 15-13 against the West, and they won 9 out of 15 interleague games. 2-2 to Dunn. Adam reaching, slow roller out to second. Hairston has to charge from the outfield. Close play. The Nats will strand their 8th runner, but lead by 3 into the 6th. Who will pinch hit for their pitcher, Desmond Zimmerman. Lots of guys involved in the offense, and Levon Hernandez, Rob, has pitched shutdown baseball since the middle innings.
Well, this isn't the greatest hitting team, although they have scored coming into tonight a couple more runs than us. But he has done it with that swing back 2-seam fastball and that big over-the-hand curveball. He's done a great job of scattering 7 hits and 2 runs so far through 6 innings. All about changing speeds, though, adding and subtracting. The mathematician.
Chris Denorfia hitting for the pitcher, Clayton Richard. Denorfia, longtime Cincinnati Reds farmhand, 1 for 4 with an RBI as a pinch batter this year, hitting .266 overall. And Levon Hernandez makes quick work of him with his 4th strikeout of the night.
Well, and just like Scott Hairston, a couple of punch-outs against Hairston, that slow breaking ball. This is like chumming for sharks right here. Kinetic on the pitch track. You see it, it looks good, but then all of a sudden it's about 20 mile an hour slower than his fastball, and you're done. You don't want to chase that pitch. We want you to, but you don't want to go after that pitch. Tyler Clippard warming up. Levon Hernandez is your 5th hitter next inning, but he's at 100 pitches right now. And it's hot. What's your best guesstimate at the heat? What, about 98, you think? 97? Think it's cooled off at all?
I think it's down to 95.
That ball.
Feels like Arlington, Texas out here. Niger Morgan runs down that drive by Tony Gwynn, who's 1 for 4. Tonight's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals.
Yeah, even if Heath Bell is voted on, which is doubtful, you've only got Brian Wilson, Evan Meek, Broxton, and Capps as your relievers, and Arthur Rhodes as your setup guy. So Meek and Rhodes would be the setup guys. You got like 3 closers, 4 closers possibly. Why not Matt Capps?
Jerry Hairston 2 for 3. Up the middle, Guzman. 1 hopper to his right. And that's 7 good innings for Levon Hernandez. He's got at least 7 games straight now.
Appreciate it, and I think we all need to kind of collectively say thanks to our wounded warriors.
And if you'd like to hand visit woundedwarriorproject.org, the project, of course, helps soldiers transition back into the post-war reality of everyday life. And one other side note, a group of Padres players, including tonight's starter Clayton Richard, visited the Naval Hospital in Bethesda. So baseball continuing to embrace the troops and soldiers, and they appreciate every bit of it. Bob?
Thank you, Debbie Taylor. And I know that some personnel from the visiting teams have our telecast on down in the visiting clubhouse here. And we just hope that they pass along to their guys how much we appreciate them coming to town here and giving of their time to go to Bethesda or to Walter Reed.
Yeah, the players around Major League Baseball do this all over the country. I remember back in Cincinnati, a lot of the visiting teams would go to all the children's hospitals when they would come to town, and we try to do the same in Atlanta.
First pitch by the reliever, Edward Mujica, and Josh Willingham kind of had the bat taken right out of his hands. A little pop-up to Adrian Gonzalez.
New York and some of the other places.
A 26-year-old right-hander, 6'2", 215. Padres got him for cash April 1st of 2009 from the Cleveland Ball Club, and he appeared in 67 games with an ERA of under 4 for the Padres last year. Their pitching staff, their bullpen, their starters, so solid this year. Next up, Pudge Rodriguez. shortstop Cabrera in and to his left. 2 quick outs. The flex plan is still available. You can pay for 3 games, get a 4th one free. Visit nationals.com/2010 or call 202-675-NATS. Maximum of 4 tickets per purchase. And when you stop by the website, don't forget to vote for Ryan Zimmerman. Last man on the All-Star team? We certainly hope so. He's played like an All-Star here tonight. Bases empty, 2 outs. Michael Morse. And quickly, 0-2. Livan Hernandez has thrown 104 pitches in 7 innings.
Looks like he's going to try and go one more.
There's nothing happening in that bullpen.
Well, Tyler Clippard got loose. He might already be ready to go.
Wouldn't it be nice to see the starter get it right to the closer? It doesn't happen much these days.
His own bridge.
That's right. Pay the toll to Levo. Michael Morse hits one hard to left field. Beyond the reach of Scott Hairston. One hopping the wall. And Michael Morse is 3 for 4 tonight.
Well, Michael Morse gets extension there on a bad breaking ball and just crushes a lot right over the left fielder's head. Scott Hairston's not going to get it, so he hustles into second base.
Now hitting .317, by the way. Aaron Balsley, the pitching coach, with Desmond coming up. Boy, good to see the bottom of the lineup coming alive tonight, Rob. 5 hits between Morse and Desmond.
Well, they're doing a great job. I think when Zim's hitting, makes everybody behind him hit a little bit better, see some better pitches. Clayton Richard can't believe that one left the building. 7th and 8th home runs allowed by Clayton Richard on the season, and the 2nd of the season to Ian Desmond.
How about that? That's pretty impressive.
So 5 of the 8 are from
2 hitters.
Ryan Zimmerman and Ian Desmond.
Guy's not even in his own division.
I never want to pitch against the Nationals again.
That's kind of crazy. 115 pitches, 70 strikes for Clayton Richard in his 6 innings tonight. 5 runs, 7 hits, walked 4. That didn't help him. And 6 strikeouts.
All right, it was off Garland. I misspoke. So he hit 1 off of Richard.
Okay.
That's all right, though. Still giving up 3 home runs out of the 8 to Nationals. Pretty good percentage by the boys in 4 games.
As Zimmerman, the 2 home run game off Garland on that Sunday. Now Levon's still around. Phillies have scored a run, bottom of the 7th, to tie the Braves 3-3. Mets still on top of the Reds. 3-0 in the 8th inning at New York. Tyler Clippard throwing if needed. Desmond with a high chopper out to short. Cabrera couldn't charge that ball. He still has the arm to throw out Ian Desmond. Levon back to the dugout, and we'll see if he goes back to the mound.
For the ball game, only 4 times has he allowed more than 3 runs in a ball game this year. This could be possibly the 8th straight win at home when Levon starts a ball game. Just got to figure out what's going on the road. 5 straight road losses for Levon. But, you know, when he's in control and he's in command of both sides of the plate, we know he's going to change speeds. We know he's never going to break more than 86, 87. But now it's time for Jim Riggleman to start putting better defenders out there, and hopefully we can get him through one more inning and then get our all-star closer in the ball game.
Good to see Roger Bernardina back in action. Levon Hernandez, by the way, with his outing tonight, has gone at least 6 innings 8 times in a row, and 11 of his last 12 starts. And that's a base hit to right center, leading off the 8th for Adrian Gonzalez. So the Nats have pitched to him 3 times tonight. He's hit 3 line drives, 1 at the second baseman, 1 for an RBI hit. And they pitched to him this time because you really can't walk a guy intentionally leading off an inning. Next up will be Scott Hairston, the cleanup man, who's 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts and a sac fly.
Well, it's a typical Levon game. 106 pitches so far, 61 for strikes, 45 balls, where he's just not going to give in. And surprising that he would actually allow Adrian to swing the bat a couple times tonight.
Padres just collected their 8th base hit. The Nationals have 10.
Now, would you say he's still bringing it, throwing 85?
Yeah.
This deep.
You know what? As long as it's moving, you know, with that swing back action of his.
Yeah, the two seam sinker.
You know, I'm thinking back on Levon's years with the Nats. I don't know that we've ever seen him just tire out and run out of gas in a ball game. He seems to throw pretty much the same in the 6th, 7th, and 8th as he does in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Well, and very well conditioned. He plays a lot of racquetball. In fact, he challenged me, and I said no. I did not accept the challenge. I'm not getting on a racquetball court anytime soon. But, you know, he stays fit year-round. Pretty good pitch.
3-1.
Well, here's the 2-1 pitch. Doesn't miss by much. Pretty good. Hairston doesn't bite on that one.
Yeah, you would think in the 8th inning he'd get that pitch.
You'd think he'd swing at it after all those curveballs.
That's a base hit. Gonzalez stops at second base. Jim Riggleman has a decision to make now, as Chase Headley, a good hitter, is the tying run, and here he comes.
First fastball Hairston got that he could sink the wood into tonight, mostly off speed, junk, and a big curveball, 2 strikeouts, and Levon doesn't want to come out of the ball game.
Already a groundswell of support for him. And folks, pretend you're at the ballpark and you're going to applaud as he walks off here in the 8th inning. After he comes out of the ball game, but he's put his team in position to win. And now it's up to Tyler Clippard, who with the Nats in a tight ball game on Saturday had a bad outing, and then Sunday a good one when the Nats were well behind. So he has to translate his success into a meaningful situation here where Washington's up by 3. Chase Headley, the hitter, and a good one for San Diego. He's 1 for 3. All right, does the first pitch, whether it's a fastball or a changeup, tell you something? Let's see. Changeup. Sean Burnett is up. Now the Padres have one bat on their bench, which is left-handed. That's Matt Stairs. Changeup.
Once again, falling behind. 2 straight changeups for balls. It's an inconsistent pitch for Clippard, yet he continues to try to master it in tight ball games.
Now the hitter pretty much knows what he has to throw.
Well, everybody around the league knows already, both leagues actually, to look changeup, but you got a good fastball and a good breaking ball. You make a lot of money being a setup man in this game.
Changeup. 2-1.
3 straight changeups. It's going to be a high changeup right here. Very dangerous.
I mean, that ball looked like it could tie the game for a moment. He had Headley out ahead. Nats playing behind the runner at first with a 3-run lead. And there's the heater, 96. That's as hard as we've seen him throw all year.
Well, I'm sure he's loose. It's very hot and humid tonight. And he likes to pitch in reverse, which is a lot of changeups followed by fastballs.
Fastball up, very late for it.
Torrealba on deck.
2-2.
I'm sure Jim Riggleman and Steve McCaddy they have talked to him about what kind of pitcher he wants to be. So I'm not going to come up here, sit up here and try to pitch and coach him.
2 on, nobody out. Right on his hands. Chase Edley, a switch hitter who this year has hit 5 home runs, 4 of them from the left side.
I know you and I have watched a lot of ball games between us, and you don't want to get beat on an 80-mile-an-hour changeup, whether you're walking a guy or hanging in his face. Now, if he hits your 96 on the black, you got to tip your hat to him.
Change up, base hit. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Well, they know that he likes to pitch backwards, so it's going to be a couple of change-ups for 2-0 in the count. Then he gets ahead, or gets back in the count with a 2-0 change-up. Then a 2-1 fastball right by him, late on that 87 slider. Another slider, change-up, base hit.
Drew Storen just popped up, and he is throwing in a hurry. Torrealba 0 for 3 tonight. Hard slider, a strike.
Thing, and that was a slider again. You're coming off of a guy who's thrown nothing but off-speed junk all night, and his top end was 86, which is about 6 miles an hour faster than your changeup. So these guys are going to be all over that. Now, 96 is to your advantage. You know, when I would come in behind Tom Browning, say he topped out at 85, 86, I'm not going to throw a lot of off-speed stuff because I always felt I'm helping the hitter. He's only going to see me once. He's seen Tom Browning lobbing it in there, changing speeds all night, 3-4 at bats before I get in there. You want to have every advantage at your disposal when you get in the ball game.
Another base hit.
No, that wasn't a change. That was a fastball.
That was a fastball. Willingham misses the cutoff man, but on a hop to Pudge Rodriguez, and Jim Riggleman probably figures he can't go very long with Tyler here. This has been happening too much lately in the 8th inning. It's now a 5-3 game. The tying run's at second base. The lead run is on base. And the hitter is Aaron Cunningham, who's looked pretty dangerous in a couple of line drive at bats tonight.
Well, they're probably just giving Drew Storen some time to get ready right here.
This all started a little over a week and a half ago in Baltimore, where Clipper just had a nightmare of a weekend against the Orioles. And Riggleman doesn't look like he's making any kind of move here. Base is still loaded, nobody out. That run charged to Levon, who's also responsible for Hairston at third. That was a breaking ball high in the strike zone where you get a little squeamish.
Well, Jim still believes in his guys, in his personnel, and Tyler's done, for the most part this year, an exceptional job. It's just when he gets into this thing in his head that I'm a changeup artist, and that's my best pitch. I say the same thing about K-Rod. It's not your best pitch. Your 96 is your best pitch. There's the changeup. You know I hate righty changeups to right-handed hitters, because if it does float back in, it's a home run pitch.
This is a San Diego ball club that knows how to come from behind and to win ball games late. They've been doing it all year. That one lifted to left. Should be another run. And Willingham will throw it into Zimmerman. It's a 5-4 game. That closes the book on Levon Hernandez.
Another changeup to Cunningham, guy that just came back up from the minor leagues, and so he's able to get out in front of that pitch and drive it out to left field for another RBI.
Well, here's that left-handed bat we talked about as Matt Stairs is about to be announced. And we'll see if Jim Riggleman then will counter with his lefty, Sean Burnett. One of the best confrontations of the year was that Friday night game in San Diego when Matt Capps gave up 4 hits in a row and then struck out Matt Stairs looking. Riggleman will go with the left-hander. He really has to here. You throw a change up to this guy, he'll put it in the upper deck in right field. In 05. Sean Burnett and Matt Stairs, and now they'll switch off and go with Oscar Salazar. So Bud Black probably anticipated this was going to happen. Salazar has 6 pinch hits this year, a homer and 7 RBIs among that. Up and away. Salazar, 31-year-old infielder from Venezuela, was with the Orioles for a while, not too long last year. And a bouncer, right side. They'll have to hurry for 2. Desmond takes a less than good relay from Guzman, throws the ball away, and the Padres tie the game as Major League Baseball's worst defense throws away another double play relay. Guzman flipped it over their backhand and just about hung Desmond out to dry, and then his throw off base.
Well, we talked about that backhanded feed that Adam Kennedy does well, but Christian Guzman does not, and there's no speed or velocity on it. And by that time, Ian should have made a decision to just eat the ball with the tying run at third. And now the tying run has crossed the plate. So his 21st error But once again, knowing the baseball situation that you still have the lead intact, there's no reason to try to make a heroic effort on that back end of the double play.
And just like that, the 3-run lead the Nationals took 2.5 hours to build, gone in a matter of moments. And David Eckstein will be the pinch hitter in the number 9 spot.
Well, I give Sean Burnett credit. He got the ground ball. Should at least got you one of the outs to get you close to 3, and it's just bad judgment once again. And that's something that you know, the mental errors are the ones that you can't accept if you're Jim Riggleman. The physical ones are fine, but that you should have ate that ball.
The Nationals made 143 errors last year as the worst defense in baseball, and now they've made 74. So they're real close to that bad pace from 09. Here's David Eckstein, who's on a 7-game hitting streak, not on the lineup tonight, and as a pinch hitter, 1 for 5 on the year. One of baseball's best bargains this year at $1 million. Actually had to make the ball club in spring training.
No, it's unfortunate. It would have wasted effort by Levon Hernandez. As you said, it took you 2.5 hours to build that lead and about 7 minutes to lose it.
You know, and we can be optimistic about the second half and all that. But if this team doesn't start catching the ball and throwing it properly, the second half could be pretty ugly. Desmond makes the play not made, costing the Nationals a run, tie game. From second to short. Everett Cabrera out of the ball game, so the Padres pitcher is batting 8th, and that'll be right-hander Mike Adams. 3 years with Milwaukee, the last 2 with San Diego. Willie Harris for Sean Burnett.
Well, now you're hoping that your offense can pick up the bullpen.
Matt Capps. A save situation only if the Nats score. Well, looks like he'll be in the ball game no matter what as the Nats hit for Burnett here.
And as you were saying in the break, it's unfortunate. Sean Burnett, this is why the statistic is very difficult to hand out. He'll get the blown save for that debacle there by Tyler Clippard. So
it doesn't matter if it's an unearned run or not.
Yeah, it's it's just a question of knowing the game, knowing what you should and shouldn't get beat on, and making the same mistakes over and over and over. And Tyler Clippard and Ian Desmond continue to make the same mistakes over and over and over. I don't know how much longer that Mike Rizzo and Jim Riggleman can watch those guys do that stuff. You got to have guys that make competent decisions as well as try to make the plays, and that play was not going to be made anyway, and then you throw it away and give up the tying run and didn't have to.
Yeah. 2-2 to Willie Harris. And he's gone. Pinch hitter takes a called third strike from a right-handed pitcher. But Rob, an infielder throwing away a ball when you have no chance to get an out, that's the same as a pitcher getting beat on less than his best pitch.
No, I agreed. I mean, and good ball clubs don't do stuff like that. And, grade the team the way you want, but it's up to the players to make you a good ball club. And as we've said before, you're looking at a team that's only made 32 errors on the season. And that's why they're in first place in the National League West with the 12 best offense. Best pitching staff. They're able to keep in this ball game because of Clayton Richard and now their bullpen. And whittle away at that lead. A couple of runs, fourth and fifth inning. Actually, excuse me, the third inning, and then getting 3 in the 8th inning. But it's a question of the defense. We watched it last year with the Phillies. Remember when the Phillies pitching was awful in the first half of the season? Yet they had the best offense and the best defense. And the one constant was they always caught the defense. They never gave you extra chances to beat them.
Counting the error on Desmond tonight, the Nationals starting infield, excluding the catcher, 42 errors, 10 more than the entire San Diego team. That's hard to live with.
Well, and you could have taken at least 2 guys from this Padres bullpen to the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Adams, Gregerson, Heath Bell. They've done a fantastic job all year.
Adams at 2.25 ERA, Gregerson 2.23, Heath Bell 1.72 with 23 saves. I mean, how good do you have to be?
I don't know. I mean, the best pitching staff in the National League, and that's once again, and I'm not the one saying this. This is a lot of fans are not happy with every team having to have representation. If it comes down to late in a ball game, Omar Infante or Michael Bourne, instead of maybe having one of these Padre relievers that cost you a ball game.
Yeah. Another strikeout, 2 down. Nigel Morgan, 2 Ks tonight, 55 on the year. Well, Rob, and this one almost looks like the cartoon where the hitter corkscrews into the ground. A hard breaking.
And once again, you need a base runner. You don't need a home run from Nigel Morgan. You need him to just kind of slap the ball.
But Rob, the reason there's a player from every team that makes the All-Star game, because it's an exhibition game. But now with this World Series aspect to it, and I don't think that's going away. That'll go away about the time the DH does, which is never.
Or interleague play.
So there are certain aspects to the All-Star game which are charming that a player from every team has to make it.
No, and I totally agree that a player from every team should be represented.
Because I can tell you, if that wasn't the rule, there'd be a couple of years when there would be no Washington Nationals on that All-Star team, going back to 2005.
But it's about the fans. It should not be about the players and home field advantage. I don't understand it. Same reason I don't understand why there's not a league president. like when I played the American League president and the National League president that helped pick the All-Star teams.
And they wanted to win.
They wanted to win.
1-1 to Guzman. Hot hitter on deck if he can get aboard for Zimmerman here. 2-1. Christian 1 for 4 with a base hit tonight. 2 fly balls, a strikeout. Hard to walk this guy. It's only happened 14 times on the year.
Well, like you said, moving forward in the second half of the season, I don't know if you have to make decisions this year, but you have to make decisions whether or not Desmond's your future shortstop. You know Christian's probably not going to be back as your second baseman. Center field, that remains to be seen. You have to be strong up the middle.
Strike 2.
Jim Riggleman told his team, he said, if you guys play well enough, then Mike Rizzo, you make the decision tough for him to have to trade some players. And you and I both know they want Dunn out there. They want Willingham out there.
Other teams you're talking about.
Other teams. Yeah. And if that makes your ball club or your organization stronger, then you got to do it. You know, the Minnesota Twins are offering up some of their best prospects right now for Cliff Lee. You got the owner of the Rays saying, listen, money is no object if we have a shot to go to the playoffs. That's part of the business aspect of this game. But you got to be able to catch and throw the ball. You just can't keep doing what they're doing, kicking the ball around, because that's so disappointing to leave on Hernandez's effort.
Guzman chops one right side, pitcher covering. And the Nats go in order. Washington hasn't scored since the 5th. And it's a 5-5 game into the 9th inning.
To Anaheim, 22 saves. That's third best in the National League. See the 32 strikeouts versus the 7 walks. He comes right at you with 95-mile-an-hour heat. It's his first trip to the All-Star game, and I'm sure he's got thoughts of his father who passed away last year. He is one of the classiest guys I've ever been around. Couldn't be happier for the young man.
And pretty interesting considering that over the last 2 or 3 weeks, virtually no safe situations. One here, one there. Been on 22 for a while. And here's Gwynn, Hairston, and Gonzalez, top of the order for the Padres in the 9th.
Well, one of the reasons Arthur Rhodes is going to the All-Star game from the Reds and not their closer, Cordero, 33 scoreless appearances in a row before he, on the 34th try, gave up a run. So that's the bridge to Francisco Cordero in Cincinnati, which has helped them to first place in the NL Central.
Foul ball. Willingham couldn't get there. Matt Capps has had 22 saves since the Nationals beat the Kansas City Royals 4-3 on June 22nd. That is 2 weeks ago tonight. And he got his 21st save the night before when the Nats beat the Royals 2-1. Five ball game. Padres about hit the Nats, lead 11-10. 0/1 in the all-important error column. And a ball to the right side for Christian Guzman. Leadoff man Tony Gwynn 0-for-4 with a walk tonight. Jerry Hairston is next. And then Adrian Gonzalez, their one bona fide slugger.
Oh, I like the move using Capps in a tie game. We've seen managers in recent years do it because you're not going to ever be able to use him in a save situation past the 9th inning at home.
Yeah, then you figure if you're at home in extra innings, you have the edge, right?
Yes, you do. And so you want to try to get that last at bat in regulation and try to win it in the bottom of the 9th. And even bringing Capps in and not doing a double switch. Still 7th away from hitting. So even if you go another inning with him, then he's done. You still got your best chance for a win out there on the mound.
Capps on the year, 32 strikeouts, 7 walks in 37 innings now. Fairly hittable at times because he challenges guys and he'll give up singles.
He'll give up singles.
Takes him up the middle because he doesn't walk anybody.
But he won't get into jams, and he does have a changeup. He's got an excellent changeup. In fact, when they show him on the scoreboard when he comes in every time, he's holding a circle change, but he doesn't use it when he doesn't need to.
He hasn't been able to get Jerry Hairston out this year. 4-for-4 now in that matchup. All right. If you're San Diego, this is where you're looking for the game to change right here. Adrian Gonzalez, 2-for-3 tonight. The only out, a laser line drive at Guzman. He drove in a run with a base hit in the 3rd, his 52nd RBI. Well, the Nats walked him intentionally in the 5th.
All-star to all-star right here. Nice running fastball.
And of course, if the Padres played a run, you know who that brings into the game.
Heath Bell.
Zimmerman, Dunn, Willingham, bottom of the 9th. And Heath Bell is throwing.
Well, this looks like the changeup right here. So he will pull it out from time to time, and didn't get the call. Looked like a strike.
He was pumping on 2-0. An intimidating closer, to say the least, Heath Bell.
Former Met, traded out to San Diego years ago, was the bridge to Trevor Hoffman for many, many years before he became the closer.
42 saves last year. 2-2 pitch. Into center for Niger Morgan. That's a pretty good battle won by Matt Capps against a great hitter right there. 2 outs now. Scott Hairston coming up. Verizon Fios Nats Extra postgame coming up with Johnny and Ray. Ryan Zimmerman. Pretty good courtroom argument tonight with a walk, a homer, a double for a date at the All-Star Game. Live visit with Jim Riggleman's press conference and reaction from the clubhouse. Will it be happy? Will it be... We'll get him tomorrow. The former, hopefully. And here's Hairston. 1 for 3 with a sac fly, a base hit, and a run scored. They might be more inclined to run Jerry Hairston here now. 5 stolen bases on the year in 8 attempts for Scott's brother. That ball hit well, left field corner. There's good speed heading for third. We'll see if Glenn Hoffman sends the runner. He will. Here's the relay. He is out at the plate if Pudge holds on. And this game is into the bottom of the ninth, still tied. Josh Willingham, a great job of getting it to the relay man. And a good finish for the Nats here. Not an easy pickup for Pudge Rodriguez, who tackles the runner.
Cleats helps up his prey right there. And Matt Capps, a nice pound in the chest protector. But as Ray was saying, you know what? You're supposed to make these plays at the major league level. And you're supposed to also use your head when you have the lead. And you protect the lead. And if that means eating balls and not throwing them away, that's part of your job too.
Luke Gregerson, one of the best relievers in the league, takes over bottom of the ninth against Ryan Zimmerman. He's only 26, only his second year in the big leagues. A late bloomer who wasn't drafted until he was 22 years old. Oh, 0-1 to Zim. into center field.
Get up!
Did he get it?
Yes, he did!
This game is over! It's another walk-off for the Nationals.
The Ziminator makes people want to come back tomorrow. Well, Nats fans, start voting right now. He should be your all-star. Final vote.
Matt Capps gets the win. The Nats win it 6-5. A rather exhausting way to win a ball game, giving up the 3-run lead. And the legend in the late innings of Ryan Zimmerman writes another chapter for itself right here. Amazing. What do you think our fourth drive of the game is?
No, it's not going to be that Hairston drive to left field. Nope, it's going to be that second home run of the ball game for Ryan Zimmerman. Crushed to one of the farthest parts of the park. So the fourth drive of the game, the winning walk-off home run, if you will. See the little creep. There's some great Exmo capturing the action, and Debbie Taylor has more from the field.
All right, Josh Willingham wants us to talk about the cutoff, but Ryan Zimmerman making a case again for the All-Star team, and just tell us about that at bat. What was your approach there?
Those guys are tough, I think. Just looking for a pitch I can drive and just trying to get on base, to tell you the truth, not trying to do too much and put a good swing on it.
They're tough, but you continue to hit the Padres and the National League West pitchers pretty solidly.
I guess. I don't know how, but I do. But, it's a big win for us. I think Levo threw well, and then, we let it get away and come back and win that game's huge.
Okay, Ryan Zimmerman, thank you very much. Bob, back up to you.
Thank you, Debbie Taylor. Thanks to Ryan Zimmerman. The Nats turned what could have been a devastating loss on a hot night into another walk-off win, the third one of this homestand. Game 2 of this series tomorrow night. And for the Nats, it'll be J.D. Martin. For the Padres, John Garland. Nats Extra at 6:30. This has been a presentation of Masson. Stay tuned now. Nats Extra coming up from the ballpark right now. 2 hours and 56 minutes when that ball went over the fence. A 6-5 victory.